What's up, everybody? What's good? Happy Thursday morning. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk and Topics. We hope that everybody is doing good this morning. As always, you're staying blessed and taking care of yourself out there. We almost forgot, y'all, and we had this written down so we would not do that. But we've been dealing with a lot. Y'all already know, going through a lot, which ties into what we're gonna be talking about this morning. Just got a lot going on in our mind and our life. Everything's just crazy all over the place, steady changing, steady growing. Y'all already know how it is. But yeah, we almost forgot that September not only is our birthday month, we ain't forget about that. We ain't forget about that. Can never do that. But we almost forgot this is suicide uh awareness month. We almost forgot about that. And yeah, we talk about this every year on all our shows every month in September. Um, this topic is very, very sensitive to us and very, very important to us. Um, we try to take our own life. We know people that have, and people, even in Hollywood, actors, singers, and all that stuff, we've heard that they've done the same thing. And it might be somebody out there either doing that right now or they're contemplating it. They going through hell and high water. It's just like no matter how hard they try, they can't get it right. They focusing on, well, nobody likes me. Nobody wants to be around me. I can't be myself. They're doing better than me. They said I was worthless. They said blah 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 blah. And when you don't know better, you actually allow that stuff to overpower you and overtake you, and you actually start believing it. We can tell you personally, from experience, we don't really hear too many good things about ourselves. It started from when we was a little girl. We heard everything bad, horrible under the sun. Even sometimes when we didn't even mean to do anything. We didn't mean to cause nobody no problems. We was just speaking out, standing up for ourselves, being ourselves. And we the type now that we don't take nothing from nobody. And that's a huge part of all the issues and the problems we had because we stood up for ourselves. You know what we're saying? We got tired and fed up. But everybody around us, and y'all know, and if you don't know, you know somebody that's going through it. Everybody around you tell you worthless. You're not good enough. You weren't worthy to give them a child. You weren't worthy to be in a relationship. I wish I never had you. I should have gotten an abortion. You might be my blood, but we ain't cool. Know what I'm saying? You don't want to do what I want. So I can't control you. So you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna speak again. Stay away from me, stay out of my life. You hear all these things from people that's supposed to protect you and they're supposed to be there for you, especially your family. Damn the relationships, because a lot of them are not promised to even work out. But your family, you never think that they're gonna betray you or do you wrong or just do you dirty or be foul. You never think that. And if your story, regardless of what it is, whatever your story is anything like ours, it's not a shock. We started going through suicidal thoughts and mental health and all this stuff. It's not a surprise. We have been dealing with trauma, pain, PTSD, and we didn't even know it. The people around us, it's not like they could tell us what was going on and what was going on within us. We started talking to ourselves. We would spend hours in the bathroom with our imaginary friends. And we mentioned this Tuesday on the Queen Mimi radio show. We started turning to music and, journaling as our outlet. We had to find something because I don't even know, man. We wouldn't have made it out. But A lot of people, especially our black people, and I'm pretty sure it happens with other nationalities too, but nobody ever wants to talk about suicide or mental health or anything because we so programmed to think we weak and we're not good enough and we're not strong enough, we're not smart enough because you just simply going through something. A lot of us don't ask for the pain and the trauma that we go through. We know that from experience. We already know. So a lot of things we went through, it was put on us. We didn't even do it to ourselves. So you have to give yourself permission to step out and, you know, unwind, take a break. We call it, what I'm saying, when we do it, a mental day because you, a human being, you're gonna get overwhelmed. And we ain't no therapist, y'all. We're not certified, nothing like that. But we like to think this can be a safe place for anybody to listen or even talk or comment or whatever. So we're gonna say this before we get into the show, like really into the show. If you know somebody or you going through it, look, and we're gonna say this at the end. It's okay to get some help. Damn what everybody else got to say. Forget what they going through, all that. It's okay for you to get some help. If it's gonna save your life, and 9 times out of 10 it will, go get some help. Yeah, they gonna talk, they gonna laugh, whatever. They'll be all right. At least, and we said this already. At least you got the balls to acknowledge and deal with what you're going through, even if it's you that's the messed up person. Cool. At least you taking accountability because that's one of the first steps. And you owning up. Look, I was stupid. I ain't know better. I fell for it. Here I am. Or my mom did this to me, my dad, my sister, whoever. Get over that though. But whatever it is, at least you got the balls to stand up and the audacity to be like, I don't like this. I want to change. And y'all already know what we're gonna say. If you want to do that, you gotta get the truth. You gotta get Islam to all my brothers and sisters out there. You gotta get it. That's the only thing that's gonna save you. Not anybody's approval, not their blessing, not their applause, not them liking you or disliking you. You fighting the battle and the war against you. This is where we get confused, especially dealing with suicide and mental health. We think we fighting a battle with the world. And even if you are, that's not the important goal. The most important one is the one you fighting within yourself. Because majority of the time, these people ain't got no answers. These people ain't got no help. They're not even helping themselves. If they had it all figured out, their life wouldn't be the way it is. It would not be the way it is. So they don't even have it figured out. They're not going to admit it though, but they don't. They ain't got all the answers. They got all the answers for your life. They're not even in your shoes, walking in your body 24/7, but they got all the answers for your life. And it's only because they want to control you and manipulate you and lie to you, and they don't want to deal with their own stuff. They see a vision for your life, your life. You have your own, and you're supposed to go with what they say. Yeah, you can't even make that make sense to us. So, like we said, reach out, whatever state you in, you know what I'm saying? Whatever state you in, whatever city, they got suicide prevention hotlines. If you remember correctly, I think it's 211. They have the local crisis text line, on-site support, wherever you live, you can find resources. If even if you're in a domestic violence situation, please make sure you're being safe and you can get out of there, in a safe manner. Because we're seeing more and more now people being unalived because of all that stuff. It's crazy as hell to us. If somebody want to be around you or be with you, just let them go. They want to walk out of your life, let them go. They're going through something. If you can't help them, just leave them alone and let them go through it. Don't be sitting there yelling at them or coming down on them or belittling them because they going through something. You're supposed to be a support. You're supposed to be that type, I'm saying, I'm here if you need me. I'll be wherever you need. I got you. Not yelling at them, what's wrong with you? What did you do that for? No, you part of the damn problem. So even at the time, we knew, because we've been in a mental institution. We have been in a mental institution because we really felt like we was about to end it. We remember when we was living in Florida, relationship we was in. This guy was not nowhere near who we thought he was. He was nowhere near who we thought he was. Misrepresent themselves, completely different person out in the streets than the one we saw behind closed doors. This guy had us on drugs, pressured us, and we gave in. We ain't finna lie. Um, just got out of jail, didn't have nothing, and we got into a relationship with this dude. And this man, our life was already in shambles as it was. And we actually looked to this guy, along with all the other relationships we was in, to save our life, to help us. And this guy slowly but surely, damn near pushed us off the ledge. And by that we mean, like we just said, we had just met this dude, didn't have nothing, was in a transitional house, getting a check, wasn't working, didn't have no car, nothing. We got with him, he was kicked out, and we slowly but surely started bouncing from this place to that place to this house to that house. He was calling people. He had no resources of his own. And we explain all this for a reason. He had no resources of his own, no help of his own, not the least bit smart at all, was stupid, and couldn't figure nothing out on his own. So eventually we wound up going to this guy's house. I guess that it was a friend of a friend that he knew, we don't know. And we was there for a while, and then we started getting into physical altercations. And here we go, like, again, we're finna go through this again. And this is when he pressured us and kept asking us over and over, and we wound up giving in to please him because we never tried it before. And we was like, okay, let me just do this so we can shut up. And we wound up getting on drugs because of this man. He introduced us to it. And I'm pretty sure he'll probably say if anybody was ever asking, well, she did it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't make her. You know what I'm saying? She tried it. Yeah, you know what? We did. But why did we do that? Because you pressured us. You basically forced us. You wouldn't leave us alone until we said, yeah. You knew what the outcome was going to be. You knew what the results was going to be. And we started losing weight. We wasn't eating or taking care of ourselves. So, like we told y'all, we getting deeper into stuff that we've been through. We was just sugarcoating it before. But yes, we started losing weight. We got a picture right now we can show y'all. And we going to talk about that too next time. But we got a picture right now we can show y'all. We looked horrible. And everything started spiraling and slowly but surely going to hell. And it got to the point we was in a rat, roach infested motel. After living with this person, he making deals with these people. Nothing's going through. Everything's falling apart. Then he wound up having to go back to work, so we barely saw each other. Everything. Tried to talk to him, just wanted to spend time. He didn't have our back, just was disrespectful and just rude. And all we was wanting to say was, I'm not happy. You disappointing me. You letting me down. We could never say that to any man without it being spun around on us. We couldn't. And it was sad. And we just kept saying that over and over. We were staying in some guy's house, like I said, it was a friend of a friend. And then that didn't work out. So we wound up going to this hotel, couldn't stay there, wound up going over here. That's why we told our husband now, we've been through this already. We don't want to go through this again. But you know, everything ain't gonna work out. Everything ain't gonna change. But after going through all this with this dude, like we said, we was in the worst hotel possible. Hookers, strippers, prostitutes, just selling it and giving it away. People on drugs, on crack. That's what we was on. Just destroying their lives, killing themselves. You know what we saying? And we saw that. We saw it. It was horrible. The hotel was horrible. The rooms was horrible. This is the stuff we put our kids through for love that we had to turn around and forgive ourselves for. Because when we said we settled and we told y'all we did charity work, we are not lying. And now we don't even care no more. I'm not finna protect nobody. I'm not finna have nobody back because the stuff that we went through, it traumatized the hell out of us. So we sitting in this nasty, disgusting hotel one day, and we just sitting there, and our anxiety had to kick in. It had to, because we just sitting there like, I can't do this no more. I'm about to just end everything. I can't do it. I'm not happy. This dude not listening to me. This is not the life we're supposed to be living. This is not what I signed up for. Just all that. So we sitting here basically spiraling in our head, about to lose our damn mind. He was laying down in the bed, watching TV, and our youngest two kids were with us at the time. I think our oldest two were with our sister for the weekend at this time. And we grabbed our phone and our keys, and we was like, I'm about to kill myself. I can't do this. I can't do this. We didn't say nothing to him. We just grabbed everything, walked out the door, got in our car. We drove to a nearby library and called the hospital and said, hey, I'm about to kill myself. I'm going through XYZ, ABC. I can't do this. We explained to him our whole situation, we was living at, all that. And the lady, we remember her to this day, she was like, you need to come up here right now. So that's what we did. We went and checked ourselves into a mental institution because we was about to kill ourselves because of everything we was going through for these weak little boys. That's why we understand what our oldest daughter was going through. We wasn't trying to come down on her, be rough with her, but baby, ain't no man on this planet. There's something we had to learn with that situation. It's worth you going to check yourself into a mental institution. You need to just leave him alone. He is no good for you. And then when we finally did check in, we got to the hospital, we checked in, called him to let him know what was going on. This fool on the phone yelling at us. Um, Yelling at us because we was going to get help, and we still explained to him why we did what we did. We couldn't talk. We knew you was going to talk us out of it. You weren't going to have nothing motivational or positive to say. We knew this already. You know what we're saying? So this is something that we had to do. And we explained to him, like, you see how you're talking to me right now? That's part of the reason why I'm in here. So guess somewhere he must have, I think we hung up the phone. We didn't remember how that conversation went. But if we remember correctly, I think I hung up the phone on him. I don't even remember. But I was just like, yeah, I can't talk to you right now. So I think we was there for a couple of days. We weren't there long, probably about a week at the most. And then we hear a dang on storm coming. You know what we saying? So luckily we was able to get back home because I think it was a hurricane or something about to hit Jacksonville at that time. And had it hit while we were still there, we wouldn't have been able to go nowhere. But one thing we didn't know is, and this is why we would never do this again. We won't. We're not going to tell anybody else not to. Get help. Please get help if you need it. But this is something that we personally, let's make this clear, we personally decided not to do. And we're going to explain why. The day we're getting ready to check out, we didn't know these people had called DCF. Yeah, people called DCF on us because they took some blood from us. And like we said, this dude had us on drugs. So they found drugs in our system. We didn't, nobody told us, nobody let us know nothing that was going on. So now we got another case. We got a history with DCF because of our sister. Petty, childish, bitter, angry, feel like the world owes her everything. And because we didn't want to help her out with something, now we got a record with DCF because of her. And this is the same person that said we had to apologize to her for something we weren't involved with just because it involved our son. Or we couldn't see our niece and we was never going to speak again. We sitting there like, well, sweet, I guess we ain't never going to be speaking again because I don't owe you an apology. You the adult. You can't control the child. Just saying. But we didn't know that these people had called DCF, and we made the mistake of blurting out I wanted to kill myself because y'all didn't tell me that y'all involved these people. So then they didn't want to let us leave. We had to say to them, why? Y'all could have told me. Y'all could have said something. You know what we're saying? How you gonna sit here and look at me crazy for saying what we saying? Y'all didn't even tell nobody what was going on. So this on y'all. So we had to finally explain that to them, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, they let us go home. Still had to deal with DCL, but long story short, they let us go home. So that's just one of our stories. Know what I'm saying? We got so many. Yeah, all that good stuff. So that was a very rough time. I don't know if my other kids knew about what was going on. We know none of our exes knew because we weren't about to tell y'all. But yeah, it's very real out here. And we explained that story for a reason because we know. We know what it's like to feel like you just don't want to live no more. We know what it's like to feel like when you love somebody and you trust them and they do the absolute worst to you and then act like it's your fault because you know deep down you never would have done that to them. We know what it's like to really feel alone. We know what it's like. People just turn their back and they misjudge you and they misunderstand you. They don't get to know you. They just shun you. They just outcast you. They just, I'm saying, throw you off the island. We know what it's like for everybody to point the finger at you and blame you like it's all your fault. We know what it's like for people not to even want to see you or even try, you know what I'm saying, as a good person because they know they're awful. They know they're awful as hell. We know what it's like for people to move on without us. We can go on and on. We know we've been there. And that the story we just gave is a perfect example of that. We just felt like it was getting to be too much. We didn't know what else to do. So we had to go get some help. And we're glad we did because it cleared a lot up for us. Like, you can get out of this. You can get out of this. You got the power. You got more power than you realize. You sitting here thinking you in love, and this person ain't even doing the bare minimum. They not doing nothing. You understand what we're saying? And you mistaken that for love. And but look at how they talk to you. Look at how they treat you. There's people that's supposed to protect you and have your back and be there for you. They don't even know how to do that because they can't even do it for themselves. So eventually, we did wind up leaving that relationship, and this guy betrayed us in the worst way possible. Well, one of the worst ways. We thinking that we still legally married to this dude. Come to find out, we was just shacking up the whole time. This guy had never finalized his divorce from his other marriage, so ours was null and void. On top of everything we had already been through with this dude, think we was together for almost 2 years, if we remember correctly. It was almost 2 years we was with this dude. And look at what we went through in the span of 2 years. We was in a relationship for 14 months, went through hell in that. Our ex-husband, 10 plus years, hell and back, hell and back, hell and back. Our youngest son, hell and back. Relationship after relationship, disappointment after disappointment, and then dealing with our family, dealing with school, dealing with work, dealing with life. We understand, trust us. It gets to be too much, and you wonder how much you can really handle and deal with and take. Mental health and mental illness is real. They both coincide with each other if you ask our personal opinion. When people don't address their demons or their struggles or their hardships or their pain or whatever, it's going to destroy you. And we can promise it's going to catch up with you. Deal with it. Everybody going to laugh. They're going to look at you like you crazy, whatever. Just deal with it. Damn what they got to say. Don't worry about what they going to do. Like we said, at least you got the balls and the nerve to even deal with it. Don't get into your adult years and let whatever issues or struggles you had go unaddressed. Just address them, face them. You keep that in silence, as Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach. If you keep anything that you're going through a secret, whatever it is going to destroy you. This culture, this society, social media, everybody's own personal opinions and their so-called stigma, whatever, will have you thinking, okay, something wrong with them. They crazy. They talk to themselves. They're weird. They blah, blah, blah. No, you weird. At least they dealing with what they're going through. You still running from your problem. Like they ain't gonna catch up to you and grab you by the back of your shirt and be like, hey man, where you think you're going? Oh, you thought I was going somewhere? Mm-mm. And people will keep running and running and running till they run out of road. You know what we're saying? They don't ever want to deal with their issues and they're gonna keep going through the same stuff we can tell you until they do. Can't go under it. You can't go around it. You damn sure can't go above it. So you might as well go through it. That's why we say face it. Face whatever it is that you're going through. And that's why we shared our story a minute ago. That's why we shared that. We went through it too. We had to get out of that. We are just as human. We was just as stupid, and we messed up tremendously. We're not finna make no excuse for ourselves. We did not know better. We fell for the game. We fell for the handsomeness. We fell for the swag. We fell for everything. So we are not finna sit here now like we any better than nobody. We don't judge nobody. We've been there. So that's why we love talking and sharing this stuff with y'all. We don't care about being judged no more. At least we faced it. Yeah, we went through it. We gave in the peer pressure. Who the hell haven't? You know what we're saying? But now we can look back on it and use this as a story and hopefully help somebody. So that's why we share that. And we're going to be sharing more stories throughout this month. And with this being our birthday month, you know what we're saying? We're going to be 40 years old next week. We reflecting. We going back over things and everything that we've been through that gotten us to being here. Man, we gonna enjoy this. We don't care if it's 1 day, 2 days, whatever. A lot of people don't make it to this age. They don't wake up or wise up or rise up or decide they want to be a leader. They still cool following the crowd and doing the same stuff. You know what we're saying? We not. We're not doing that no more. Absolutely not. And if you have a story, hell, you got a testimony, you got a journey, share it. Exercise your voice. You still have one. I don't care what anybody say. You still have a voice. Tell what they did. Tell how they hurt you. That's why we just shared our story. We don't care if you hear it or find out about it one day. It's the truth. We'll take a polygraph right now if you want. Run it. But that's why we're sharing our stories to let y'all know. We have a voice. We went through something. And it's not to even, what I'm saying, put anybody on blast or embarrass them, but this is what we went through. This is our story. We got a voice. Now we can take this and help somebody. Oh, hell yeah, we going to share it. We are not finna keep nothing in no more. We're not finna protect nobody no more. You didn't protect us. You didn't have our back. We telling everything. And yet we're in the process of writing our second book right now about different chapters of our life. And yet we're going to be telling everything. We're going to make sure we look up, all the legal stuff so nobody can sue us, take us to court or whatever. And we're doing that too. But yes, it's time for us to share our story. Of course, she just bitter. She's still mad. No, baby. No, you don't know me like that. Y'all ain't that important. We sharing our story, you idiot. We sharing our pain, our trauma to help somebody. Don't make this about you. It's not about you. This is bigger than me or you. This could help somebody's life or remind them I'm not alone. Damn, I didn't know she was on drugs. I didn't know she went through that. Yeah, we did. We did. And for a while, we didn't want to say nothing to nobody. Nobody really knows. Only him, us, our kids didn't even know because we was not going to do that with them present. Absolutely not. So yeah, let's make that clear. They were not present. They were either at school, library, or out playing, doing whatever. But no, we didn't play that. It was us, him, the guy he was getting the drugs through, then his so-called goddaughter that interfered with our relationship numerous times. This girl actually threw us out on the street because she couldn't use our car no more to go handle her business, and it was our vehicle. And this girl threw us out, nowhere to go, and we got blamed for everything. Ain't that funny? So, yeah, it's only a couple people that we can say honestly no, because we haven't. This is our first time even speaking out on it. For real, we was ashamed. We didn't want to tell nobody. Oh, and our husband knows, but we didn't want to tell nobody. We was ashamed. We was embarrassed. Now, I don't even care no more, man. We finna tell our stories, so you can take it however you want to take it. But we just saying all that to say, share your story, man. Don't protect these people. Don't look out for them. Make sure, and we will suggest this, though, look up any legal, ramifications. Look up any legal, terms, terminology, all that stuff. Basically, to make sure. First off, let's say this: when you telling your story, make sure it's factual. Even if you ain't got nothing to back it up, you can always take a polygraph and prove your story. If that person come after you and do a cease and desist, or they try to file a lawsuit for defamation or whatever, they take a polygraph, you take one, or even if you got proof of physical text or screenshots or whatever, you good. Just look up whatever you can do to protect yourself, because people will get in their little feelings and their emotions, or they put my business out there, they talk about me, they telling on me, because they don't want nobody to know what they did to you. That's how people gonna talk bad about you when they do you wrong. They don't want nobody knowing what they did, and they know you got the kind of heart you got. They know you got the kind of heart you got. I'm gonna say it again. And they know you're not gonna say nothing. So they're gonna do all the talking. Let them. Sit back and let them. But when it's your turn, make sure everything is factual. We just suggest this. Look up, whatever legal things you can possibly do. They ain't gonna get you in no trouble. You know what I'm saying? If I do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, can they sue me? You know what I'm saying? Defamation. Make sure everything you're saying is factual. And even if they do, just be prepared to take a polygraph. Look, I even take a polygraph. I'll pay for it. And then that's how you'll be good. So just make sure you do that. But regardless, share your story, tell the truth, as we teach under Islam, tell the truth regardless of circumstance. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches. You tell the truth. Share your story. Speak the hell up. We always say we're not protecting nobody no more. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But we're sharing our story, our trauma, our pain, our heartache, stuff you never acknowledged, everything you've done. Oh, we can't wait to get this second book out. Oh yeah, we about to put people on blast. And it's not even payback. We just sharing our story, telling our side, and hopefully helping somebody. We're not even really trying to get rich, not even as an author. We just want everything we do, even our book, everything we do to reach the right people. That's the ultimate thing. So we're not trying to put nobody on blast. But don't keep what you're going through in silence. Please, y'all, just we can tell you, do not hold it in. Talk to somebody you can trust, seek therapy, group sessions, whatever. We would suggest don't get on no medication. It was disgusting for us. But I mean, if that works for other people, cool. You know what we're saying? We wouldn't push that and encourage it, but if that's what you need to do, don't go overboard. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, wean off of it and get off of that. Find you a positive outlet. And we're going to talk about this later on in the show. But, find you a positive outlet, that you can write or talk to, music, whatever it is, meditation, go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Just look around you, appreciate your blessings, be grateful. It's so many ways you can do it. It's so many ways you can do it. But just let people know you're human. We all are. You know what we're saying? We all done been there. Ain't nobody's story any less important than the other, or even more important than the other. Everybody got their own story, their own journey, their own trauma, their own pain. Everybody just choose to deal with it, in different ways, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? However you do it. But just make sure you ain't hurting nobody or you're not doing nobody wrong while you going through all that. So, I mean, just to break it down, like people feel like they're alone. They need somebody to trust and reach out to. They looking for help, and you just want to stomp all over them. They feel like they're not good enough. Like they just keep failing. Like they ain't strong enough. They're not pretty enough. They're not handsome enough. They're not worthy. And it's mainly because one of the reasons people that you encounter, you deal with that don't want to deal with their issues or their trauma. So they put it all on you. And they know they doing that. They know what they're doing. They don't care. They gonna keep doing it until you put a stop to it. Like that's you got to be a sad individual to even do stuff like that. You know what we're saying? It's something it's like we understand, but then we don't. It's just like what goes on in your brain that will possess you to do that. Their own demons, their own trauma, their own pain that they don't want to deal with. It's always the world's fault. It's not their fault. They the victim. And you are not. Not in every situation. No, ma'am. No, sir. You are not. We can't even sit here and say that. We be lying. Nope. No, ma'am. You are not. So you gotta take some accountability and some responsibility for wherever you at in your life, regardless of what you've been through and regardless of what they've done. Out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to start learning better, knowing better so you can do better. That's up to you. That's not up to anybody else. So all that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break, you guys. Play some music, and we will be back on Real Talk and Real Topics. All right, to y'all, and just like that, we are back on Real Talk and Topics. And September is Suicide Awareness Month, you guys. We almost forgot what all our little BS we've been going through and just, ew. But that's what we talk about today, you guys. Suicide awareness and suicide prevention, mental health, everything from my experience coincide with each other. That's just something that we learned. And speaking for ourselves, it's just because the things we've been through, the people we've been around, the stuff we went through as a child, as a little girl, just everything, it catches up too. So that's why we said in the first segment, if you're dealing with anything, just face it. Just deal with it. It's gonna catch up to you. So ain't no point of outrunning it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. We're dealing with any kind of mental health issue or even suicide, period. People that talk about it, 9 times out of 10, they're not even finna actually do it. They will unfortunately go do it. They're not gonna tell nobody, they're not gonna let them know, none of that. They're just gonna go do it, unfortunately. And we don't wish that on anybody. We really don't. We're just talking about it. The wrong person, it'll put that idea in their head. And then they looking at their life and what they going through and what they got going on. And warning signs, red flags, people like withdrawing from you. You don't hear from them no more. They not the same bubbly, upbeat type person that they was, usually talking, outgoing. And this even with domestic violence, they usually talking, outgoing, helping everybody. Not saying they got it all together, but saying they life decent, they doing all right, they ain't really got no, complaints or nothing like that. And it's just like it can happen just that fast. Just that fast. And then they sitting here like, I can't go on. And the people that do this, they thinking like in their head, like the world would be better without me. Like I can't do this no more. I can't go on. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody values me. They don't understand me. They don't get me. And that's what we used to tell ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Giving away your possessions. You all of a sudden calm after you done spazzed out or crashed out. We saying that on TikTok now, you done crashed out. You know what I'm saying? You isolating yourself, you're not active or out there, and you just dealing with this hopelessness and withdrawing, and you constantly irritated or agitated. That one we definitely know about. We definitely know about. So for people that had them thoughts, everything we just mentioned, we had them too. We had them too. Stop letting what other people say or do or their opinion, keyword opinion of you, because it's not a fact, dictate your life. Look, we know how easy it is to get caught up in that BS. But these people that's judging you and talking about you, even if they talking about you behind your back, we've been in plenty of relationships where the dude just walked out the door on us, didn't even sit there and take the time to work things out, but they got time to go talk to their friends about us. You know what we're saying? That had nothing to do with us, and we understand that now. That was them because they was too much of a coward to sit there and let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? I'm wrong, you wrong, whoever wrong. Let's sit and talk about this. Let's work this out amongst us. But apparently we were still in high school. I'm gonna go tell on you. But you a 3-year-old now, I'm gonna go tell on you. I'm gonna go tell what you did. I'm gonna make myself look good. And these type people, they know who to go to. They know who to talk to because they know they're going to have their back. They're not going to correct them. They're not going to check them. They're not going to change them. They're going to be sitting there applauding them. How much more evil can you do? How worse can you treat her? How much more dirty can you do her? Let's see if you can bring her down a couple more notches. But for the people that thought they was going to do that to us and well, no, they're going to hit us one day, really don't care. It ain't going to work. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now, and it ain't going to work in the future. You're not that important. That's something that clicked in our head and what made us break away from these people. This person ain't that damn important. Look at my life. Look at everything I got. Look at everything we going through. Look at where we living. We're not even living like a queen's supposed to be living. We're not getting no type of princess treatment. We getting the bare minimum, and hell, we weren't even getting that. We was just getting enough to keep a smile on our face when we did. and to just barely get by. We weren't even getting the bare minimum. The way we look back on it now, we was doing charity work. We didn't get paid. Our life didn't get better. Our health didn't get better. Our mental didn't get no better. Nothing got better from us being around the wrong people. So we saying everything to say this. Like these people that do this to you, they talk about you, they judge you, they put their mouth on you, slack talk, gossip, whatever you want to call it. That has nothing to do with you. There's something wrong with them and whatever demons they don't want to deal with or they don't want to confront. So instead, I'm just gonna put this on you. And especially these same type people got people around them like we just did. They applaud your evil, they encourage it. They're not gonna ever tell them they did something wrong. They're not gonna ever tell them, you lost a good woman, right? They're not gonna tell you that. It's all right, man, move on. You find somebody else to be with somebody else. And one thing with us, for those that don't know this, we've never been worried about being replaced. We don't care who it is. Anybody can be replaced. That's life. Everybody got a right to move on. That's life. But we know deep down, and they know deep down, everybody knows this. They're not going to find the same hustle, the same energy, the same drive, the same laughter, the same sarcasm, the same beauty from the inside out. You're not. There's only one person other than us, because everybody has a twin, for those that don't know this, on this earth. There's only one person other than us that's a copy. Other than that, no. There's nobody else like us. And we used to believe that when we was a kid too. We would hear people saying, no, you got a twin out there somewhere. Everybody does. You got a dupe out there somewhere that's living a life opposite of you. So other than that one person, and then they're not even living like you. They living opposite. So whatever you doing, that means they ain't doing it. So there's nobody, hope it makes sense, other than them that's living like you, that looks like you, talks like you. Nobody is. So don't be worried about that. Don't be worried about what other people say. We know how easy that can happen or how quick you can get caught up in that mess. But other people's opinions and their little so-called emotions about you because they don't like you or they can't control you or whatever, that don't dictate who the hell you are. You do. You got control over your life. You got control over your path, wherever you want to go. Just like they moving on, they doing them, making whatever moves they making. Get up and make some of your own. And that's why a lot of people go through suicidal thoughts and mental health because nobody's taught them and they don't realize and eventually they catch on. I'm the one that got control over all this. I can't rely on depend on nobody because I never really had it. Yeah, I'ma still go through stuff, but I'm finna fight my way out of this. That's what we told ourselves. You people really, they really don't know this. Cause the people around them got them so programmed to believe like you need me. You're not gonna make it without me. You wouldn't be nothing without me. When in reality, I'm not doing nothing with you. Whether you're not oxygen, if that's your name is oxygen, or Master Far Muhammad to me, praise farewell, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, baby, we can live without you. We can promise you that. It's no shade, no disrespect, no shot. But we can live without you. We strong enough. We know by now we strong enough. Good Lord, we know by now we done been through way too much to still be sitting here like I'm a weak pussy. I don't have the qualities. I ain't good enough. Girl, get out my face. Bye. We ain't doing that no more. We don't care how hard of a day we have. We don't care what we go through because we're going through stuff right now. We don't care how hard or how slow or fast, whatever we got to climb out this hole, but we gonna climb out of it. Because people think they got us figured out. They think they got you figured out. You don't. You don't know what's like you thought, man. And if in the event for some reason we ever was to see each other again, we are not going to be anything like you remember. We won't. Because we pretty sure y'all have, for anybody that's hearing this, and ourselves, we had to change. We had to grow. We had to learn. We had to wake the hell up. And oh my God, take accountability. We had to. Otherwise, we was going to stay stuck. And we ain't comfortable with that. We are not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody was to ever even come to you and say, I'm having suicidal thoughts. I think I want to kill myself. What would your reaction be? What would you even tell them? Would you even have anything supportive or anything encouraging to say? Or anything righteous for that matter? Would you have anything to say at all? We know we would. We don't care if we on the phone and you say that and we know where you at or we pulling up. We ain't gonna say nothing. We just gonna keep talking, be cordial, play it cool. Then you're gonna hear a knock at your door. A knock at your door. Yeah. Oh, hold on, somebody knocking at the door. Let me see who it is. Oh, you ain't got to, it's me. Huh? Yeah, you just said you was thinking about you was having suicidal thoughts or whatever, so I pulled up. Yeah, I was getting ready the whole time I was talking to you. Yeah. I was already getting dressed, putting my clothes on, all that. Yeah. I'm here, open the door. And we're gonna step in. What the hell going on? What's going on to where you feel like you having these thoughts? Know what we're saying? You thinking about it? And it's a yes or no question. Are you thinking about it? Yes. Okay. You jump on the phone, jump online. Let's find you some resources. Let's get you some help. Cause your life matters. Your life is too important for you to be talking about. I'ma just deal with it. I'ma just take it how it goes. No. People that say that they ain't got no answers. They ain't got no solutions, and they're not finna get out of it. They're just gonna endure it like they in a dang on country western song or something, and think they're just gonna magically and voila, get out of it. No, it's not gonna work that way. You're gonna have to deal with what's going on. So we're gonna ask you straight up. You think about suicide, you think about killing yourself, it's a yes or no question. And 9 times out of 10, if they say yeah, know what we're saying? Don't say these things to them. Avoid this, y'all. Anybody you talking to when they say that, or even anybody that's dealing with mental health, don't say these words. You'll be all right. Know what I'm saying? Think about your family. Think about your kids. What's wrong with you? Why you even feel like you going through that? You being dramatic. You have too much emotion. You care about people think too much. You weak. Like, really? People that get therapy or they take medication, they crazy. There's something wrong with them. Don't say that. You want to be the reason why that person go take their life? You want to be the reason why they go unalive themselves? Don't say that. If you ain't got nothing positive or even righteous to say this. Look, call 211 because I don't want to say the wrong thing to you. Call 211, let them know what's going on. They can get you some resources and some help. Just say that and leave it alone. And I say, I know I probably ain't got the best words to say, but I'm a good listener. You know what I'm saying? You can call and talk to me. I ain't gonna judge you or nothing like that. Offer help, especially when you know you ain't got it. Point them to a therapist, a counselor, a hotline. We just said 211. You know what I'm saying? We already said this. We're gonna pull up. Now, if you tell us that and you disappear, like we said, we know where you at. We pulling up. We don't hear from you. We're gonna do a welfare check. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come in your house and move any type of weapons or whatever. Yes, we like that. That's gonna cause you to cause harm to yourself. You know what we're saying? Just be positive, be supportive. Even if it's something you don't understand, you never know. You can wind up going through that one day. And the way you treat that person is how people gonna treat you. You're just telling people that. Listen without judging or panicking. Us already going through it, we already know what to do. Like we just told them. We're gonna either pull up at your house or if we don't know where you at, we're gonna stay on the phone. What's going on? Just like our daughter used to call us. We listening to it, we rolling our eyes like you can avoid all this if you just listen to me. But we still listen. As a mom, we not finna judge her, come down on her. She know we talk straightforward, so she already know this. We not finna kumbaya, everything gonna be all right. Look, girl, get your behind up. This is your life. It matters. Stop listening to them. Get your together. Get it together. We're not finna judge you or panic or nothing like that, but get it together. You know what we're saying? So help them. If you can help them, don't hurt them. Seriously, don't do that. You know what we're saying? Just have the right response. Even if you don't, just tell them, look, everything gonna be okay. Look, you strong. Fine, it's something positive you can always say. Honey, you are strong. I can't say I understand what you're going through. That's not fair. And I apologize that's even happening to you. But you got this. You get up, take it one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, however you can take it. But if this is involving other people, and we all know 9 times out of 10 it is, you know what we're saying? Remove yourself, remove them, move to another neighborhood, move to another area, whatever you got to do to protect your peace, or you disappear. Don't do nothing to yourself. Don't do nothing crazy. Bitch, you out here. I'm gonna just disappear for a minute. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. I ain't gonna hurt myself, but I gotta go get myself together and just check on them. Even if it's a text, hey, I'm just checking on you, make sure you okay, blah blah blah. If they don't respond, try to call or pull up if you know where they live. You know what I'm saying? And just check on them. Even if you ain't got no resources or no help, just check on them. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. Everybody feel like I got to have it all together. I got to have my life together. I got to have it figured out. That's one of the things that was messing with us. Like, it's okay if you ain't got all the answers right now. We can help you, ladies. Hit us up. But it's okay if you ain't got all the answers right now. It's okay if you're not where you want to be in your life. It's okay if you messing up. It's okay to not be okay. Talk about it. Open up. Use your voice. You know what I'm saying? Read some affirmations. That's what we do. Take deep breaths. That's what we do. Yeah, we've learned and we getting better at controlling it. Because we realize now I'm important. We matter, man. But if you don't like us, you don't like us. But that ain't got nothing to do with us no more. We realize so much learning Islam, changing our life. It's accepting things and taking some damn responsibility. We've learned so much. And we are improved and we getting better. We're not all the way there yet. We said this when we came back, but we're doing a lot better. And any progress is better than none, period. You're doing better than a lot of people and you don't even realize it. Like we said, at least you got the balls and the nerve to even step up and deal with what you're going through. They're never going to do it. I think they don't like you. You don't want to be like them no more. You don't want to be evil. You don't want to be a nigga. You don't want to be a whoremonger, a bottom feeder, out there for everybody, people pleasing, one acceptance and understanding. Yeah, nah, you walking a different path. Nah, they don't like that. Because now you're going to surpass them and do better than them. But that's a them problem. They ain't got nothing to do with you. So keep doing your thing. And we're going to say this one last time. We're going to take a break. Find any resource in your city, in your state, local services, any type of support, group therapy, one-on-one therapy. Like we said, we don't really encourage the medication, but if you need it, don't go overboard with it. Just take it when you need to. Find positive outlets, write, music, podcast, dancing, meditation, deep breaths, get a journal, whatever you got to do. Isolate yourself from the negative, toxic people. That's going to be an important part of your journey. Important part of your journey. Isolate yourself, detox yourself from them toxic people. Basically, remove them out of your damn life. They don't mean you no good. Get rid of them. Now, whatever they do after that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's on them. You can't control what other people do. They're going to talk about you. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to mock you. All that. But you still got to get your life together. At least you got the audacity to do so. So this is something that needs to be talked about more. It really does. You got to find flow, depth and structure in your life. The right path and the right destiny for your life, whatever it is that you want to do for your life, not for them. They got to do it for themselves, not for them. You got to do that for you. So remember, your life matters, honey. You do matter, whether you want to believe that or not. What other people say about you and what other people do, it has nothing to do with you. You can't control them. You have to realize a few things. But one of the major things you have to realize is you're in control of every area of your life. Every area. Sit down and analyze that. Let that sit for a minute. You the one that's in control. You're the one that's in charge. They're not. They don't even have their own life together. So when that hits you and you realize, okay, it's my fault. I'm where I'm at in my life. Despite what people did, okay, yeah, we got to fix that. Oh yeah, we got to fix that real fast. That's what hit us. Them two things we just mentioned. Them very two things we just mentioned. That's what hit us. Wait, so I'm in control, so I can do. Oh, so it's my fault. We weren't even mad. We wasn't even mad at all. We promise y'all we wasn't. We was like, oh, what? So I got control. So I'm in the. Okay, let's go. Let's see what we can do then. And like we said, Sunday, this past Sunday, we was just laying down in bed and it just hit us like, and this ain't something we say often. We was like, I'm tired. We told our husband, like, baby, I'm tired. And we like to think he understood where we was coming from, and we know he did. We know he did. But it was and this ain't got nothing to do with him. But it was like black women, y'all know what we talking about. We're trying to explain the best way we can, but it's like you just tired. You know what I'm saying? There's no other way we can put it. You just tired. You tired living the same mediocre life, going through the same stuff like that hamster on the wheel. You just going in one direction. You tired of people doing you dirty. You tired of pouring into people and they don't pour back. Not being able to reach out and talk to somebody when you need something, but everybody come to you. You know what we're saying? You're tired of being people's doormat. They spitting on you. They doing you dirty. They talking about you. You just get tired of sometimes being a good damn person. Like for real, for real. You get tired of being a good person. Like, even we got our limits. That's what people don't realize. You can't just keep doing something. Well, you can, but you can't just keep doing somebody wrong because it's going to come back to you and think nothing's going to happen to you. And you think just because time passed, you can hit them up, or if you see them, y'all cool. No, we'll go ahead and say this right now. We don't care. We will never forgive anybody and what they did. No. And no, we not bitter. No, we not angry. We not even mad no more. We just done. We don't let it go. Well, we're not going to forget it. We're not going to forgive it. Major reason, because you knew what you was doing. You knew it was going to hurt us, break us, and you still did it anyway, knowing how we felt about you, knowing we never would have did that to you. You did it on purpose because you didn't give a damn about us. You barely tolerate us. And we're talking to any and everybody, not just relationships, family, so-called friends, so-called business, your so-called relationship. We talking about everything. We don't care what level you at, what religion, any of that. You knew what you was doing. You knew it was gonna hurt. You thought it was gonna break us. We're gonna change that last part. And that didn't even stop you. So that just shows how that person really feels about you. Look at their actions. Anybody that they don't love you, I don't care what they say. Look at what they did. This person cheated on you, knowing they wouldn't be cool if you did the same thing. And they're looking at you like, what? They're thinking an apology or some sex is gonna, no. How about you keep it in your pants? How about you show some loyalty and faithfulness? And people that do this stuff, remember, you know damn well they wouldn't be cool if you did to them. They would not be cool with it if you did that to them. No way. They'd be pissed. And we know from experience. Everything we're saying is from experience. Everything. So they know they wouldn't be cool with it. So why do it? Because they didn't care about you. Love is an action word. You show somebody that you love them. You don't just tell them. And things ain't gonna be perfect all the time. But you still show them that. We don't care how bad or how ugly it is. Anybody that walk out the door on you, yeah, when they know they dead wrong, leave them. We just saying all this. We learned this from experience, and we overlooked all this, and we paid for it. So we went through a lot for that. So now that we are at the point we at in our life, nah, no more. Use your voice. You going through it, speak up. Find the right people. It's nothing to be ashamed of. The real shame is not even dealing with it, not even facing your problems. You know what I'm saying? Just that simple, that easy. So it's your life, your decision, and what you want to do. You can't put no more simple than that. But remember, you matter. Your life matters. Your voice matters. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are fierce. You are powerful. Remember that. Other people's opinion and what they got to say about you is only a reflection of themselves and ain't got nothing to do with you at all. So just remember that for anybody that is going through it. Keep fighting, and you are just as strong as other people that have faced this before you, because you are not the first, and you definitely, unfortunately, won't be the last. You are strong, but stay in the fight. Stay in there. You got this. And that's what we have to tell ourselves. So that's why we on our new path that we on now. Gonna be getting out here to work today. Let's go. We got things to do. Seem like some things gonna be changing in our life, but hey, that's a part of life, right? Remember, when one door closes or something don't work out, or people think they doing something, you just making room for something better to come. That's all you're doing. So just remind yourself of that when people think they doing something to you, or they're gonna stop you or hinder you. There's something wrong with them. They just flat out evil. And you can take that however you want. We don't care. But long story short, you in control. You in control. Nobody else is. Nobody's coming to save you. Don't rely on them. Wake up. You in control. And we can't put no more simple than that. All that good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take our last break, you guys. Come back and we're gonna play some music, of course. Come back and we're gonna give you guys all our social media where you can catch Real Talk and Topics and all our other shows as well. And we're gonna close out and get ready to start our day. So we will be back on Real Talk and Topics, y'all. All right, y'all, and just like that, we are back on Real Talking Topics, and of course, we're gonna give you guys all of our social media. Of course, we can check out Real Talking Topics and all of our other shows as well. Then we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, and we got to go get our day started. First and foremost, you can catch us on Real Talk and Topics this Thursday and every Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Disclosure, our show does discuss Islam for educational purposes. If this topic is not for you, we just kindly ask for no negative comments. We just welcome open hearts and minds from our brothers and sisters and to anyone that wants to learn the truth. So yes, you can catch us this Thursday and every Thursday morning, live 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, you can subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. This is where you can catch Real Talking Real Topics on our social media, the Queen Mimi Radio Show, and of course the Queen Mimi Podcast. You can follow us over on LinkedIn under Queen Mimi, Twitch Queen Candy 85, TikTok Queen Mimi, Clubhouse Queen Mimi 77, and of course over on Red Note under Queen Mimi. Hello, sir. And our dang old husband. Hello, sir. How's you? All that good stuff. But yes, it's all our social media where you can go and follow us. And we did just mention Twitch a second ago. All of our shows, this is how we doing this now. All of our shows, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All our shows, y'all. You can catch us over on Twitch live as well. We're talking topics every Thursday. Queen Mimi blog tomorrow, of course, and every Friday. Queen Mimi podcast every Sunday, and Queen Mimi radio show, of course, every Tuesday morning. So like we said, all of our shows, oh good Lord, it's gonna be at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yes, y'all, please watch it, share, like, comment, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, all that good stuff. Like we said, we want us everything we do to reach the right people. Y'all already know. So I'm saying, and of course our husband coming in, whoop whoop, all that good stuff. You missed the whole show, baby. I don't know how much you heard, but you might miss the whole show. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. So you catch us on Twitch. All our shows every Thursday, y'all. And of course you can catch all of our shows on all podcast streaming platforms, Anchor, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, just to name a few. And we're gonna make sure we explain this correctly, you guys. We are working in the studio right now. We are writing and producing new music that we will be releasing in 2026, you guys. So yes, after a couple years, we got new music coming. We excited, so we're gonna go ahead and put it out there. We working on it right now. And of course, once that happens, we're gonna be integrating all of our music to one platform and be releasing everything, one song at a time, all that good stuff. Do that again. Hold up. I ain't like the way I said that. Rewind. We are in the studio right now. Yeah, we said rewind. We in the studio right now, y'all, working on new music, writing and producing our own music. Our husband on here commenting right now. Show us how to produce and create our own beats. So we are in the studio working on new music right now. After a couple years, you guys, we have some songs that are already out there on all music streaming platforms. Soul Survivor, I Am, National Anthem, and Selfish. You can go to Apple, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Pandora to download, share, like, comment, and purchase those songs. They are available currently right now. We are in the studio writing new music and producing as well. We're going to integrate everything come 2026 so you can catch all of our music on all platforms, songs and so forth, old music and new. We did write all the songs we just mentioned. You go over to our SoundCloud under Queen Mimi, you'll see all of our spoken word, everything we did write ourselves. We're excited about this new music we got coming out because it's going to be produced and written by yours truly, so we cannot wait. We hope that y'all like it. Can't wait for y'all to hear it. All that good stuff. So we're going to be changing from Miss Candy to Queen Mimi. That's a platform we got available right now. So we're going to integrate, put everything together, all that stuff. But in the meantime, y'all can go over to all music streaming platforms, and SoundCloud as well. And check out our songs, all that good stuff. So yeah, I think that's everything. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Play one last track for you guys. Thank you to everybody for coming through to join us this morning. We greatly appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Queen Mimi blog show. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Don't work too hard. Take care of yourself and stay safe out there. And y'all have a good one.